Hello knitters, Faye Lynn from Strands Knitting Studio in San Clemente, California. Today we have new yarn, new sweaters, march to the finish, and all my needles. Stay tuned. Yay, we made it through winter. Spring is here. It was actually warm outside yesterday while we were doing our workshops. We were so happy. And so we've got a lot of spring yarns starting to come in, and we're going to have more. This is just the beginning of our spring and summer yarns. So we're going to start with On My Needles. So I have this really great shrug. We got this new yarn, Flora, from Jody Long, one of our favorites. And it's a cotton. It's really soft and drapey. Comes in a, I think we have 8 colors. And so this is like a pastel-y kind of color. This is, I love this one, of course. And this is like a pinky red one. So you can see it's twisted with like 2 to 3 different colors of yarn that move around. And so I'm knitting this one that's sort of purple and some yellow and some cream color. And this is going to be a shrug. Now, I know you can't really see that right now, but you sort of can. So these are the sleeves here on the sides. And I'm going to put a picture up, of course. But, so this is a thin yarn, but I'm on a size 10 needle. So you can see the sleeves over here on the sides. And now I've just started the lace part of it. So it has a lace part that goes around, all this. Takes 2 skeins on a 10. Pretty quick knit. Especially for a small little skinny yarn. It's called, what's it called? Avana. And so Cancun is the second one we're highlighting. And this one's been around for a long time. This is the one I did last year. I sort of shifted up it has like 5 sections of different kinds of eyelet-y kind of knits where you make holes. And it's just 2 rectangles, and you do this. Here's the one we have in the store. This is one that's smaller than the pattern. You can see how you have stripes of different knitted patterns. This one is bigger than the pattern because it's mine. And I added sleeves, which is very simple. Just start adding 5 stitches on this side, 5 stitches on this side, 5 stitches on this side, 5 stitches, until it's as long as you want, and you get nice sleeves. So this is, and I love this sweater. I wear it a lot in the summer. You'll see me in it. We've got 2 of these yarns that we've made it out of, 2 Noros. And they are, gotta put my glasses on, so I don't remember if they're full cotton, what they are. Yeah, it's 50 cotton, 30 silk, and the viscose and palmite. So it's a cotton silk blend. Super soft, super soft. Works up really nice. Again, it's a DK weight. So any yarn will work, because you just have to get your gauge and know how wide you want your rectangle, and then do the little bit of math about that, and you can use any yarn. So any yarn is possible. These happen to be DK. This new yarn that we have that I just showed you, you could use this. This happens, I don't think this is a DK. Is this a DK? No, this is like a sport. Doesn't have a number on it. And I'm sure this is like a sport. So that's a step down from a DK. But again, I'm on a 10. I'm on a 10 for this. So, you could easily use that yarn. And we have many more. Lots of different options, but those are the options. And this is what I did mine out of. And I love it. And we have these 2 colors because they're so beautiful and summery. So those are the 2 highlighted sweaters so far. And I'll be adding a couple more in the next weeks to come. So sweater class is Saturday the 9th from 2 to 4. Saturday the 9th from 2 to 4. And again, you can be working on any of the sweaters we've been working on, highlighted, finishing up sweaters, starting a new sweater, whatever you want, just sweater knitting, and you can come to the class and get this started. Mostly, and if you're starting a new sweater, mostly what we're doing is getting your gauge set, getting your cast on set, like if we're tweaking the pattern, get the pattern tweaked, and just get the pattern up and running and ready for you to start. So if you're starting a new sweater, that's what the first class is really about, is just getting all that stuff done that most people go, oh my God, I don't like it. But man, you have to do it when you do a sweater. Costs too much money and too much time not to have a sweater that fits you perfectly the way you love it. And again, the trick is to have a garment that you like the way it fits. I totally copied the shape of this and the size of this off of a shirt that I wear all the time that I love. And I made it A-line a little bit, which the pattern is just a rectangle, but I did make it come in a little bit for me. And it's perfect, just perfect. So that's the sweaters that are coming up. And again, the sweater class is Saturday the 9th. That's April, you guys. Saturday the 9th from 2 to 4. All right. The next upcoming class is our crochet bag. Yay, crochet bag. Now, if you want, I'm not going to talk a lot about this. If you want more information about the bag, go to the last video. And if you're on YouTube, it'll be the one right before this one. I go into a lot of detail about the bag, all the different kinds of yarns you can use that we cannot get this ribbon yarn right now. It's not going to be due in until like April, May. But we have tons of choices of things you can use to make a crochet bag. Solid color, doesn't have to be multicolored, it could be solid color, but it's just a granny square. It's a rectangle granny square. So there's a little tricky thing you have to do at the very beginning so that you get a rectangle instead of a square. And other than that, it's a basic crochet. So if you just don't know, you can just crochet, you know how to do a chain stitch, you know how to do a single or a double crochet, you can make the bag. And if you want to practice before class, you can come to any of the workshops. Or if you want to learn before class, you can come to any of the workshops and I'll get you started and practicing it out on the granny square so that when you come to class, you're not like deer in the headlights with it. So the crochet bag is Sunday the 3rd from 10 to 12. Sunday the 3rd from 10 to 12. Okay, so then we have March to the finish. It's almost over. I think I have like 25 people, not 25 people, 25 projects, because some people have multiple projects being finished. So about 25 projects that I've received so far. So remember, you're going to take a picture of what, and you know, if you're like in midstream right now, just take a picture of you knitting the thing. Here it is, I'm knitting it. and then take a picture of it finished, and you're gonna send it to me at faylynknits@gmail.com, and I'll be up here, it'll be on the email. And then we will put you into a drawing for a $25 gift certificate from the store and a free private from me. So that's what we're doing, fun. Everybody's having fun finishing up things, realizing, oh my God, this is so great to get all this off my table and my mind free that I don't have all this stuff hanging out that I haven't finished up. And so then, the other thing is our new yarns. Dream came in, yay. So we have our new dreams. We filled up dreams. We have new, the color pops that we did last year. So the color pop, this is fingering weight. So we have this one. Is that beautiful? I know, it's so pretty, I love it. And this would match with a lot of the solids up here. So that's that one. And then this one's just so spring-like, it's ridiculous. Isn't that beautiful? It's like Easter in a skein. Easter in a skein. We love it. This is smushy cashmere, so this has got cashmere in it, and which is like 70% super wash merino and 20% cashmere. Makes it very, very, very soft. So that's our pops are back in. We're so happy with that. We still have some of this one left over, which is one of my favorites that have come through. Yes, and again, go up here, pretty, and pretty, and pretty, pretty. There's many ways to play with this yarn. It is all fingering weight, and so, but there's a lot of shawls, and multicolored shawls that use this kind of stuff. Of course, there's also sweaters, and you can also do like you can do a Cancun out of that. You just would up the needle size probably to like a 6, 7, 8, somewhere around there, and get your gauge and go from there. So as I said, any yarn works for Cancun. And then the other really interesting yarn that we got from Noro is they have a linen paper yarn. So this is not a new idea. There was a company which no longer exists called Habu, which was a Japanese company. And I think they were the first one that came out with like paper yarn. And so it's very interesting texture. It does soften up after you work with it. My guess is too, if you like tossed it in the dryer for a couple minutes, that it would really soften it up a lot. It is not washable, it's paper, so it's dry clean only. So just keep that in mind. So with the paper yarn, we've got, there's a few patterns in here. The new Noro magazine is very lovely, by the way. There's several things in here that I know we're gonna end up making a lot of. The other thing they did in here really interesting was that they did the same kind of pattern in both a knitted version and a crochet version. Crochet is everywhere, I'm telling you guys. Crochet is everywhere. And they did several patterns like that. Knitted version, crocheted version. Here's a knitted version and a crocheted version. So that's really cool. And there's a granny square, big giant granny square. Schlanket, as Stephen West would say, it's really big, like it's almost a blanket, shawl blanket. But that's granny squares, only it's granny squares in a row instead of going in a circle. But the paper, so this is one of the paper ones, and that one. All of these take 5 skeins. Every pattern we have for this takes 5 skeins. There's that one, which I sort of really love, and that one. And then we have a little booklet, and I'm just going to show you the one that we're all sort of drawn to in here that we sort of like. Bag, this is a great bag yarn. This would be a really good bag yarn. But it's also, where is it? That top right there. Isn't that lovely? So it's sort of Cancunish, but not as many holes in it, and more just, you know, some placed holes and lines of holes. There's another picture over there. So that's our paper yarn. I haven't knitted it up yet. I will probably get on that in the next week or so, and I can give you an update on what that is like, because I have no idea yet, because I haven't really touched it, because I've been working with the other yarn. But the colors is really pretty. We have a lot of neutral colors. These are our brights. There's also a really bright orange. And then we have, you know, taupey color, a light blue color, black, and this one right here. So that's a lot of different things like that. So I think that's it for this week. And Christine and I want to thank you guys for supporting our tiny little studio. She's working really hard to get yarns in. It is a challenge right now. And to get different yarns in for us to work with and try for the summer. And there's a lot coming in over the next month here. So come on down and see what we got and pick out yarn for your next project. Yay! And of course it's all summery, springy, it's warm outside, and it's just time for that kind of knitting, which is sort of a relief after, you know, knitting lots of stuff for the winter season. Now we get to more light, linen-y, cottony, papery yarns to work with and try out for different kinds of things. So I hope to see you in the studio real soon. Bye.